Somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. Hey everyone, it's Don G. Corleone here, and I am here with a brand new movie review, and this movie review is going to be for a family film that came out in 1996, is another Roald Dahl book to film adaptation, and this one's a pretty nostalgic, because this one is directed by one of the actors of this film and narrated by him as well, and that film was for none other than 1996's Matilda. Yeah. Another one of my favorite family films, also from the 90s. So what is this film about? Well, Matilda Wormwood is an exquisite and intelligent little girl. Unfortunately, her parents, Harry and Zinnia, misunderstand her because they think she is so different. As time passes, she finally starts school and has a kind teacher, loyal friends, and a sadistic headmistress. As she gets fed up with the constant cruelty, she begins to realize that she has gifted telekinetic powers. After some days of practice, she suddenly turns the tables to stand up to Harry and Zinnia and out with the headmistress. So yeah. How was this film made? Well, Myrna Margolyes confirmed that she auditioned for the role of Agatha Trunchbull during a film interview with Joe Brent for the UK television special Roald Dahl's Revolting Rulebook, which was hosted by Richard E. Grant, and according to an interview there on that show on September 20, 2007. However, it didn't happen, but Margolyes would go on to play on Sponge in another Roald Dahl book to film adaptation, James and the Diane Peach, which was also released the same year. During filming, Pam Ferris, who plays Miss Trunchbull, incurred several injuries during production on the film. The climax scene where she's whacked by blackboard rubbers required her to keep her eyes open, causing shock dust to get caught in her eyes, and necessitated several trips to the hospital to get her eyes washed out. And the scene where Trunchbull whirls Amanda Thripp by her pigtails required a harness to support the little girl, the wires of which were threaded through the pigtails and then looped around Ferris's fingertips to give her grip. As she swung her around, the centrifugal force grew too great and tore the top part of Ferris's finger, requiring 7 or 8 stitches. But after the whole movie was actually also, apparently Mara Wilson's actual mother had cancer during the time they were filming this, so Harry and Zinnia's 2 actors, Danny DeVito and his real-life wife, Rhea Perlman, actually took care of Mara Wilson during the time her mother was in the hospital. And Danny DeVito actually showed her mother the film before she passed away. Yeah, but after the whole movie was actually filmed, it would be produced by DeVito's Jersey Films and would be theatrically released in the United States on August 2nd, 1996 by Sony Pictures through TriStar's label. The film received positive reviews, praising DeVito's direction and the film's faithfulness to the spirit of the source material, but sadly, the film was a box office bomb, grossing $33 million worldwide in the United States on a $36 million budget. Now when it comes to my reaction, this is one of my favorite family films and my favorite Roald Dahl film adaptation to this date. This movie is an absolutely wonderful fantasy. The dialogue is brilliant, the humor is both bold and subtle, the characters are archetypal. Matilda perfectly captures what it's like to be an intelligent person trapped in the body of a child and surrounded by idiots who control far too much of your life. I absolutely love this movie. It's dark, funny, charming, brooding, and captures the absence of a lot of Roald Dahl film adaptations. I have not read the book but I kind of know how that would obviously go after seeing the film. The whole film was beautifully photographed, looking lush and crisp, Mara Wilson gives a very spirited performance as Matilda, and Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman are great as the nasty parents, especially some of the dialogue and like specifically where the scene where Matilda and her family are basically eating dinner and watching TV. Like Harry notices Matilda's reading a book and not looking at the TV, and here's this perfect interaction. Are you in this family? Hello? Are you in this family? Dinner time is family time. What is this trash you're reading? It's not trash, Daddy. It's lovely. It's called Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Moby what? This is filth. Trash. It's not mine. It's a library book. Trash. I'm fed up with all this reading. You're a Wormwood. You start acting like one. Now sit up and look at the TV. There's plenty, like, I absolutely just love Harry Wormwood. I mean, it's probably one of the funniest abusive parents in any film ever, especially with a good performance with Danny DeVito. Like, especially like his scheme to sell illegal cars with illegal stolen parts and not actually make them and actually scam people of their money with them. And I like how most of the time he's even admits he didn't even go to college and is more focused on watching certain television shows during more important times. But yeah, other than that, like, what also makes this movie so great is how much heart it has. A lot of Doll's writing is so wacky and grotesque that sometimes it never works on film, but Matilda is a very human story, even when it does get a little grotesque. Like, Mara Wilson and Beth Davids both do an excellent job and carry the weight of the film. Danny DeVito's direction also deserves credit. DeVito seems to really get Doll's writing. I especially love the way he directs the chocolate cake scene. Another director would have had a difficult time making chocolate cake seem like a punishment, but DeVito sets up and shoots the scene in a way that gets under your skin. I love the way that he manages to make the cake look disgusting, the cook look a little creepy. It's little touches like that that make the film great. And also admire DeVito's decision to play dual roles. Like, he plays Matilda's unpleasant father, Harry Wormwood, like I just mentioned, and he's also the story's narrator. This makes the story seem very personal. His narration truly captures the heart of the tale. The movie has a great cast that even delivers, like from the little tiny secondary actors to the main ones. The actors chosen for the main roles and the secondary roles are so fused with their characters in my mind that when I see them on TV, the internet, or like Mara Wilson, like I've already said, is also very perfect as Matilda. He's a quintessential Matilda to me, perfect for the role. Rhea and Beth Davids is utterly sweet and adorable as the motherly, caring teacher, Miss Honey. All the little actors playing Matilda classmates are adorable and believable in their roles. Cammy Dival as Lavender and R.B. Robb as Roy will always be the perfect kids in the film. And playing a baddie in a way that one forgets the actor behind, well, it's just nothing every actor could do. Like, sorry, I got a little lost here. And specifically with Pam Veras as Miss Trunchbull. Like, characters like Miss Trunchbull, Harry Wormwood, Zinnia Wormwood, or the two Wormwoods, are pretty difficult not to hate and to forget. The direction, production, ambience, dress, and cinematography are all magic and wonderful. Perfect for the story. I remember so many nice kids were always afraid of the Principal Trunchbull. And even the characters in the film, especially the teacher, are all afraid of Trunchbull, but Matilda's not. She's already mastered dealing with her evil parents, so it's just a matter of finding the principal's weak spot. There are some scary chases in the film, but everyone escapes the principal's clutches safely. Matilda's smart and brave and is able to finally overthrow the tyranny of the evil principal. Now, if there are any bad qualities of this film, I would say that I guess Matilda's schoolmates barely get to do anything. It might have some product placements in this film too, such as Sony, the company who owns TriStar Pictures, which this film was distributed by, so I guess that would make sense. And of course some product placements of M&Ms. And the scene where Miss Trunchbull threw Boy out the window can be a bit disturbing for younger viewers. In fact, a lot of scenes this movie can actually be pretty disturbing for younger viewers now I think about it. And also, finally, it is unresolved whether the Wormwoods managed to escape the cops or not, but they did mention they were going to Guam, which is in U.S. territory, and this film is actually set in the U.S., so I think it's safe to say they probably were caught as soon as they got to Guam. I mean, like, when they're, like, trying to pick up Matilda so they can flee the country, you can even hear police sirens in the background. In the scene where they finally decide to give up custody of Matilda to Miss Honey, like, you can literally hear police sirens in the background, so I think to me, they were probably caught as soon as they got back on the road. Because the sirens did seem like they were getting a little close. But despite those backwalls, like, Matilda is still the perfect family film to watch, especially if you're a Roald Dahl fan as well. So in the end, if you're looking for an absolutely perfect adaptation of Matilda, maybe this isn't your movie, but if you're looking for a darn good one, I think you'll like this. And heck, this will always still be better than that dreaded musical adaptation we're getting. And even if you may have not read the book or not, the story is still current and the movie is still entertaining. I recommend this to anyone, both young and young at heart. So anyway, guys, that's it for my review of Matilda. If you're wondering how I'm going to rank Matilda, here's how I'm going to rank this movie. So overall, if you were looking for the perfect adaptation of a Roald Dahl novel, then I would easily give this a watch and then buy and add to your collection. And if you're wondering how I'm going to rank Matilda, I'm going to give Matilda a 9.5 out of 10. There we go. That's pretty much my review of Matilda. The reason I'm reviewing this is because of they announced a musical adaptation that I'm not excited for. Like, we don't need another adaptation of this novel. I think one adaptation is fine enough. So, this will always be the only real adaptation to me. But until then, that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. And if you like this and want to see more, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Don G. Corleone.